Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala falah. Hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم يغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. الحمد لله الذي من علينا بصحة الاعتقاد وطهر قلوبنا من أدران الشرك والوثنية والإلحاد وأنقذنا من دركة الجاهلية وشر وفساد. أحمده تعالى وأشكره وأتوب إليه وأستغفره جل أن الأنداد والتنزه عن الصاحبة والأولاد والتعالى عن مشابهة العباد. يقول الله عز وجل في القرآن الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. فقلنا يا آدم إن هذا عدو لك ولزوجك فلا يخرجنكما من الجنة فتشقى. فوسوس إليه الشيطان قال يا آدم هل أدلك على شجرة الخلد والملك لا يبلى. Indeed, my brothers and sisters, the praises is definitely to Allah. And we seek His guidance, and whomsoever Allah guides, truly they are guided aright. And whomsoever Allah allows to be misguided, there is no one who can guide them to the path. I bear witness that there's nothing that deserves to be worshipped, nothing to be served or adored, and there's no comparison to who we single out in worship except Allah, Almighty Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. And we bear witness that whomsoever Allah guides, they are guided, and we bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his servant and last messenger. And it is he who is the example for us in our life until we return. In our situation, in our society, there is two things that one needs to understand. And one of them is first knowing who is the ultimate enemy. Number two is to now avoid the enemy trap and how the enemy uses methodologies and ways to deceive you to get you off what we would say today, off your game. But basically off your deen. And although we acknowledge and everyone knows that the devil is the enemy, but how many of us really understands his approaches and methods on how he deceives us? So there are two things, knowing the enemy and then knowing how the enemy gets you off your deen or gets you off your game. And your game is actually the proficiency that you put in and the energy that you utilize to perfect what you do, rather it's basketball, baseball, or whatever. So in those terms, game means when you put effort. And so in our deen, we put effort in terms of struggling against first ourselves. Because Shaytaan cannot do anything except intervening with the human existence. And so knowing these two things help us, first and foremost, with a guideline. As we move in our society and generation, and you will come to meet this, rather we are going to be in existence. But as we look at Revelation and as we look at the signs of the last day and as we look at all the dynamics from all individuals who believe in their scripture that specifies the last days, those signs and the things to come, you eventually, if you're living, are going to meet those requirements of Revelation and the signs of the last day. And so if there is in the signs of the last day that we're in, there are only going to be two sides. There's no neutral, there's no middle. There's only two sides. So those are the people who follow Shaytaan, right? And then those who follow the Creator Almighty Allah. And that is the battle between the humans. It's not a battle with Allah, because no one can battle Allah. And no one could actually oppose Allah. It is that the devil only has respite, just like you and I. He has time, just like you and I. There's no battle, because no one can battle the Creator, and there's no competition. But there's time between us. The devil can battle us, and we can battle him. And so therefore, we want to make that straight. But at the same time, there's only two sides. But the sides that are most dangerous are the sides that are many. There's only one path to the truth, right? But the sides of evil and corruption are many. And so that's why people are tricked different ways by different methods of the Shaytaan, right? And Allah makes it clear. الَّذِينَ آمِنُوا يُخَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And those who believe, they strive in the way of Allah. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُخَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ الطَّاغُوتِ. And those who disbelieve, they fight in the way of everyone who sets up a system, a godhead, meaning some other authority than the authority of Allah. People are on that side. Rather, they come in ministers, presidents, councilmen, mayors, and doctors, and all individuals is considered taghut. And taghut means people who taghiyat, people who transgress the limits. And transgressing the limits means that you are doing something or setting something up in your life, right, that contradicts the guidance and the truth and the revelation that the Lord sent down for us to follow. And most of the people who are on this level is first the mala'u. And the mala'u are the kings, the rulers, people in authority. These are the ones who basically set up taghut. Democracy is taghut. Communism is taghut. Socialism is taghut. Fascism is taghut. And the democracy that you believe that there's freedom of choice and freedom of this and that. Now you can really see that is a deception of the devil. Because if you are not witnessing that freedom of speech without someone retaliating, and freedom of all the things that America so-called is great on these principles, if you're not experiencing that, you are in the matrix. And most people are in the matrix, not understanding. So here in the concept of marketing evil, right? It is a marketing business. And everyone knows about marketing business administration, but they don't know how evil is marketed. And yet, people will sell you the lie, and they have been doing it for centuries. Even with the product that you buy and all the things that you like are actually marketed and actually persuaded you to get it. Even destructive things that they can use in their ability to make you buy it is all part of the marketing skill of evil, right? And a lot of people can't see it because marketing evil is not presented in its face. It doesn't present itself with its fangs, right? The marketing of evil is that the propagandist, the one who is marketing and selling you something, you should know the game, that when someone wants you to buy their product, their whole objective is to create around what they're selling in the most beautiful manner so that you cannot refuse, because it's all about them getting $1. And in the marketing skills business, in the advertisement, they teach their workers, their finances, and all the individuals who are part of that head of Taghut to get the money by all costs, even if it's the loss of someone else. And that's what capitalism is to capitalize off of other people while my gain and your loss. That's the riba system, that you gain by my loss. And that's the idea of marketing evil. It's about selling the product, right? It's not about the truth. It's not about justice. It's not about equality. We are living in the matrix. We watch the movie and still miss the mark. But we are living in the real matrix without the movie and without the media. People have created their own matrix by, number one, denying that there is no God and believing that there's no evil or good or morality or immorality. That is a matrix that's created by the person. That is a justification so people continue to do and follow their desire. But where did the marketing skill come from? And a lot of people have not even come to realize that the marketing skill started with Shaytaan. You call him Satan. You call him the devil, Diablo. However you want to call him, he has many names, right? Number one, the marketing skill came from Shaytaan. And know those, all you individuals may have to reconsider your job, especially Muslims. Why? Because the marketing of America, their whole system is built up on deception. Built on deception. Some of us gotta start knowing that whatever skills you have, we act like we can't create a situation where we will make money in a lawful way. And the reason why people does deception is because doing it the right way take too long. And doing it the right way, you can't gain without cheating. And that's why people cheat, because it's a shortcut. And America's policies in their industry is all about taking shortcuts, right? And everybody who works for that system, if you are a just person, you are going to reconsider your job working for a system that is based on deception, and learning to take your skills and use it in your environment, in your society. We always talk about the police policing us. Why don't we police our own selves in terms of wrong and right? Police our own selves. We're always relying on someone else to do the job, and when they fail, we complain. So marketing is started from the devil, when he actually marketed the evil. And in this verse that Allah mentions in the Quran, And it's very clear. This is the marketing skill that everyone that is in deception and evil have learned. فَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ إِنَّ هَذَا عَدُوٌّ لَكَ. Allah says, verily, O Adam, this is an enemy, right? عَدُوٌّ لَكَ. To what? To you, وَلِزَوْجِكَ, and your wife. He's an enemy to both of you. فَلَا يَخْرِجَنَّكُمَا. So do not let him get you both, right? يُخْرِجَنَّكُمَا means two. Both of you. مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ, get you out of paradise, right? فَتَشْقَى, right? So that you may end up in distress and misery, right? So, what is the analogy to the matrix, the red pill and the blue pill, right? That pill that you take, right? Rather it's the red or the blue. Now, whatever color you want to use, I use the blue for success and the red for distress and misery, right? So here it is. Shaytaan was a masterpiece in marketing this evil because Allah told them that they were already in felicity, Jannah. Don't let them get you out, right? Here comes Shaytaan. He says, فَوَسْوَى إِلَيْهِ الشَّيْطَانُ قَالَ, and he used the same vocal to call. Remember, advertising is about using nice, fancy words called, what they call glittering generality. Glittering generality is to use particular buzzwords that catch on, right? So that it makes the person very interested in the idea, right? Here's the marketing skill of the devil. So he used a beautiful word. And remember, we said in grammar, this word, when you hear ya, it's called hurufu nidai. It's a vocative call that addresses someone. Rather, they address them in a manner where he wants you to believe that he's your friend. Or someone who's dear to you. Someone who's lovable, right? So look at the politicians. They always want to take a picture with a child. Wow, a child is loving. It asserts that, hey, this politician loves kids. That's wonderful. Shaitan's marketing. Ya Adamu, he used an address that will set the stage for glittering generality, but generality to them too, right? So he set the stage of marketing by saying and calling with a nice word that really asserts to get your attention. Oh, Mr. Taariq, how you doing today? The advertisers. How's it going for you today? Oh, that's a nice name. Here, I have an offer that I want to offer you. And here we go, right? You call me by my first name. You don't know me, but you act like you do, right? Shaitan, Ya Adamu, O Adam, right? Qala Ya Adamu, hal adullaka ala shajaratil khudbi. O Adam, shall I lead you, right? Same thing the advertiser says on the phone. You have won $1,000. Here's the way that you get it, right? Shall I lead you to a tree that will bring you to live in immortality and eternity? Khud, which comes from Khalid, Khalada. It means to be somewhere forever. Now, mind you, they were already somewhere forever. The paradise. That was the place. How do you get a person that they're already in a state of felicity to believe that there's more to felicity after being in it, right? So when you go in the stores, they want to tell you what you should buy. Listen, I'm good. I know what I want. I don't need you chaperone with me. That's marketing. It's rough and brutal force because they believe you don't know what you want. Nah, you don't know how to make up their minds for them. They teach them in roll call. So they tell you what you want. No, I don't want this color. How about this? I just said purple. Oh, but what about this? No, I said purple. I know what I came here for. So they rely on you being not sure. And when you have a bit of doubt, Shaytaan knows how to exploit it, right? So now, here it is. He's telling them, I can lead you to an eternity. A kingdom that will never waste away. A kingdom that they were already in that will not waste away. Advertising is very good when they can get you off your game and get you to buy something that you don't want. You in the matrix, right? Blue pill, red pill, right? But most people, you can't teach them that they're in the matrix. They got to realize it themselves. No matter how many posters I put up and how much information I give, I say, wait a minute. I'm talking to a people who is in virtual reality, and that is reality to them. So Shaytaan said that I will use the world as the place of illusion, right? Marketing evil, false advertisement. And many of us been victims of false advertisement, but where does it come from? We don't know our enemy. It comes from the advertising game. And those people, or marketing skilled people that they hire, they all learn the ways of the devil, but they don't realize it. They think it's education. It's put in a way where it's education for them, you know? So here comes the distress. That if you go for that marketing skill science, right, and you buy the product or you buy the reality, which is the invented reality, what they do is redefine the truth. But you can't really redefine the truth. But you can redefine it in someone's mind to their beliefs and make them believe that what they are in wasn't real, right? That is the marketing skill, right? So the marketing of evil is that the propagandist seeks in general to link the project person, the ideology, the party, or whatever audience to something or things that are viewed favorably. Things that are viewed favorably. And unlike something or things that are viewed unfavorably. Why? The whole idea is to make the unfavorable look like the favorable. So therefore, the unfavorable, they don't use that. They use what's favorable to make viewed favorable. They want to make, he made the tree very exciting. The idea, when he said for waswa don't just mean pss, pss, pss. It means that he spoke under his breath. And he spoke in a way that it wasn't distinct, where that you can't decipher what that person's really saying. Or he makes a statement and he means something other than what he actually means. Why you think we should be وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا? Speak directly. Do not speak like this, because you cause confusion. That is a way, being direct. So waswa means to speak in a manner that is other than what you really intend. Intend what you mean and mean what you intend. And so therefore confusion comes from that, because you're not being direct. You have to be direct. You have to be clear, because part of the waswa is that it's unclear information that is not clear to what the objective is. وَقُولُوا قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. Speak direct, right? And so his idea was to make something favorable. And so this is where pictures are involved. Pictures is worth 1,000 words, they say. And it's a true statement to most of the minds that's in the matrix. So if I have a picture to back up my statement and all you see is the picture, but it's have been cut from the actual equation of all the truth. So you're looking at one issue that seems to be what is really happening without all the information, right? And so they rely on these kind of minds that's in the matrix, right? And so he said, a heinous action may be made to appear innocent, right? Like the police do when they kill a black man or they shoot someone. They always have to be rehearsed with someone from the union to say, this is what you should say, don't say that, don't use this word because it's this and that. These people are just liars. You can't believe nothing they say. Because they rehearse everyone. They don't want to let you know who the name is because you have something to hide. All of this is the marketing of evil. So now you should say this, other than the truth. So they use certain words, right? A heinous action may be made to appear innocent by choosing a word or a certain expression, right? It wasn't an invasion, it was an incursion. You look up the word, it's the same thing. But because he said it's not, that's misleading. Because it's not an invasion, because invasion starts with INV. Incursion is INC. So therefore, in your mind, is oh, okay, it wasn't an invasion, incursion. But they know you're not going to look up the word using different words and expressions, all right? The word temptation, ikra'u, right? This is a deep word, right? So let's look at their definition. Temptation is the art and science of making evil look attractive. It goes along with our Arabic word, right? Shaytaan said, I will make evil fair seeming to them on earth. But what is the temptation, right? Look at where this lies at. So the art and science of making evil look attractive by appealing to what? Weaknesses, ours. In all of us that invite such deception. So, this is what he does. Marketing evil, marketing skills is all exploiting your weaknesses. If you like to shop, you're a spendthrifter. They know that you are. They know that you are. Whatever that weakness is, whatever that overindulgence is, temptation is led by your desires. And they know your desires. In the stores, they do it all the time. You buy stuff that you don't need. You said, I went to the store just to get one thing, I came back with 10. Marketing skills, temptation. And it's really indicative to our desires of what we think we want or think we need, I'll say, but really it's just a want. So look at the word. Maghramu. Maghramu is a passive particle. When you have the meme on it from ghara'a, right? You put the meme on it, it's passive. It means shackled or burdened, right? So he says, Rajulu makramu bil hubbi. A man is captive of love, and he's eagerly desirous of it. He's fond of it, attached to that thing that can ruin him, right? Gharamu, a thing from which one is unable to free oneself, or a lasting of evil. It's all in your desires, right? So the person is persistent, that which torments the heart, right? Ghoriya, he became attached or fond of such thing. He was eagerly desirous of it, and he clung to it. That's what temptation is, right? And it's all from our desires. So he said, he says, Agraitul qalba. So, bisaidi, I incited or urged or instigated the dog against the object of the chase. Now listen to this word. It's really a linguistic word, but you have to apply it now. Just listen to this carefully, right? Agraitul qalba bisaidi. He incited or urged or instigated the dog against the object of the chase, right? So Pavlov conditioning process is that the dog knows he will be rewarded when he hears the bell. The bell signals what his desires look for. So when he hears the bell, he chases that desire, right? So the same thing, humans, right? When humans hear certain buzzwords or see something they like, right, that they don't need, desires are instigated by the object of the propagandist, right? And then the object of the chase is that your desires chase. So it's a demand of your desires. It's a marketing where it opens up and incites what your weaknesses are. And that's why people are easy victims to Matrix, the unreality, because they don't want to believe in it. Right? They want to stay in Wonderland. So if you take this pill, it will be all over, and I'll show you how far the rabbit hole goes. But if you take this pill, right, you'll continue to stay in Wonderland. Right? That is the Matrix. So the Shaytaan offered something that you believe you couldn't refuse. Right? But in the end of the day, your desires was eager for it and chased it. And that's what temptation is. It incites your desires and your weaknesses. And marketing is about exploiting your weaknesses. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So in the Matrix story, I want to read some of what he's saying. So Morpheus, he said, do you want to know what it is? And Neo nods his head. He says, yes. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window. And if you ever take a break, just look at people. Especially when I was in New York City, downtown Wall Street, right? All you see is people in the Matrix. I watched, stood on the corner. I did this a long time ago. And everybody's just going past each other. Some people on their phones. Everybody's talking about marketing, getting money, even on lunch break, right? And everybody's bumping into each other. And when they bump, it's normal. So nobody says, excuse me, because it's normal. They're in the Matrix. They don't care. It's all about what they're chasing, right? It's all around them. Just take a look out your window. See it all around you on the TV. Everything, on entertainment, whatever you're watching, it's all there for you. But because the person wants to be in the Wonderland and be entertained so much, he can't see it. And so he says, or when you turn on your television, right? You can feel it when you go to work, or when you go to church, or when you pray at your mosque or your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. And that's what Shaytaan said. His marketing skill. I will use the world to deceive them. Because they love it. They desire for it. And this is how I got Adam and Hawa, Eve, to get to where they got. I marketed, I forcefully advertised to them, because when I offered this eternal world, it was a matrix. You was already in paradise. You already have the truth. But we think there's some other truth. Just watch how Muslims think, how they operate. You would think that the Quran is not complete. And a lot of that comes from their ignorance, right? He says, what truth? Just like the people. What truth? He said that you are a slave. Nobody wants to believe that they're a slave, especially when they're successful and they don't have chains on their arms, because their concept of a slave is that only. And Neo said, like everyone else, you were born into bondage. This is very familiar for African Americans. That's what we say when we want to slogan our victory. Not knowing sloganistic ploys don't get you victory. Singing our struggle and symbols of fist in the air, not going to do it. These are empty symbols, hollow, that has no real substance unless they are performed through a verb. He says, unfortunately, no one can be told what the matrix is. You be telling people, breaking your neck. What did Allah say to the Prophet? O messenger, I know that it grieves you that you are on the edge and the brink trying to lead these people from their matrix. But you can't guide those who you love, and you can't guide those who are wrongdoers. They can't see. Right? He was eager. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam he loved his people so much, which is natural. He wanted the rich class Quraysh in Surah Abasa. He was so busy trying to get them out of their matrix that a sincere person, Maktoum, came, and he was very in opposition because he was so involved trying to get these people out of the matrix. Right? You have to see it for yourself. And you can only guide those, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those who believe and work righteous deeds. Those who do other things, who do the same deeds you do, still caught in the matrix. Most Muslims, they pray 5 times a day. They do offer zakat. They do make fasting. They do read the Quran on the surface. But they are also in the matrix. Right? Because they will argue which pill that you've given them. And the pill that you've given them is the truth. But they take and they hold on to the pill that society, and they're caught up in their jobs. Their loyalty is more to their jobs than the deen. That they will tell you everything that the boss said, everything that the marketing industry said, the hospital, the doctors, the surgeons. You will tell me everything that they said. There's only 2 sides. At the end, someone's going to have to choose. Some of your family members are going to be in the matrix, and you're going to be fighting against them because they took the pill, the red pill. Right? Police officers, your fathers and brothers and cousins, right? They will be with the police state. They will stay with them and be loyal to them. While you are a believer here, you will be fighting them. And they will be fighting you. That is something that's going to happen. Why? Revelation tells us. But which side you're going to be on, which pill you're going to take. You see, that's what's going to happen. Some of your children are going to get caught out there just like Noah. And just like Lut's wife, going to be out there. You so caught up now on preserving them, but what are you teaching them? We so zealous to cater to the ways and lives of the people who are caught up in the matrix. But we don't spend that energy trying to we're ashamed of Islam sometimes. Or we're afraid that they may reject it. We worry about what they think. All the ways of your enemy tricking you to make you stop dawah. Right? It's going to come to that. So I say police forces and all the forces. Because Ad-Dajjal, when he comes, he will have armies fighting with him. And that will be one of the police states. Armies that will be fighting with him. Right? So the direction of the matrix is that there will be 2 sides. Those who believe and those who disbelieve. That's what it's going to boil down to. Where's your loyalty at? I have to reconsider. If I can't tell the truth on my job, I'm leaving that job. If I can't tell the truth against another fellow officer who killed someone unjustly, then I should not be a police officer. I should leave the force. It's not for me, especially Muslims. You ain't no neutral side when it comes to the truth. And this is where it's going to boil down to, right? We can't even tell the truth. Clinicians and doctors and nurses lie to us every day because they're part of the marketing of evil. They lie to us. They're very vague when you ask them questions. According to John Hopkins studies, no, be direct. What is it? And you telling me, well, what you have is, no, tell me what it is. Because their policy, no, don't be telling them this, don't tell them that, don't tell them this. Then I need to reconsider being a herbalistic nurse or a doctor that's going to help. There's a lot of people that have sicknesses that are willing to be healed the correct way. Because what you're doing, that medicine is the matrix. The medicine in the hospitals, the pharmacies, that's matrix medicine. It is an illusion to make you believe that it cures you, but it manages your sickness. And you think that you're being healed because you're not going through that pain, but soon as it run out, you have to keep shooting it in your arm, keep popping the pills and the drinks of the medication, when a natural herb just does the job and get rid of the disease. The matrix is about being diseased, right? And yet you think that is a cure. So what happens? He says, so you awake, right, in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. A red pill is shown in his other hand. After, in his left hand, he shows him the blue pill. You take the blue pill and the story ends, right? Your illusions go away. You begin to know that you are living under a Dajjalic system, the phenomenon. This is the stage we're in. You'll begin to see it, right? You awake in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. The red pill is shown in his other hand. You take the red pill and you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes, right? All I'm offering is the truth and nothing more. We say that, right? When I write, I say, listen, all I'm trying to do is tell you the truth, nothing more. I ain't getting no money. I ain't selling nothing. I'm not marketing anything, but yet they're marketing and they're benefiting. You look at the people who benefit from the destruction and chaos, right? I'm just offering the truth. Ain't no agenda. I don't need followers. That's a big responsibility. But because Shaytaan, the greatest marketer in the world, have marketed the souls of the daughters and sons of Adam and Eve. And so here we are. And until you disillusion yourself from the magicians of your society in the marketing business, you will continue to stay in the matrix. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. A known mistake is better than an unknown truth. Right? And a known mistake is better than an unknown truth. I'd rather, right, know that I made a mistake than to have a good physician if he has never been sick himself. What does that mean? You don't have no experience. So how could you tell me about my experience? My experience. And so, inshallah, we ask Allah to protect us from the evil of ourselves, protect us from the evil of Shaytaan and his deception, increase our spiritual insight to be able to see what I'm talking about. It's not on the surface, Muslims. You have to read Quran correctly and associate it with what's going on. We ask Allah to increase knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Protect us from the torment of the grave and the hellfire. Protect us from the signs and tribulations of Ad-Dajjal. O Allah, help us to see the truth as the truth and follow the truth. And O Allah, help us to see falsehood as falsehood and reject falsehood. وَقُولِكَ لِهَذَا وَاسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهِ وَالْحَمْدُلِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. May Allah send peace and blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his family, his companions, his wife. كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثة في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.